Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Celebrity Predictions. And today we're going to take a look into the relationship of Remy Ma and Papoose. They are a hip hop couple and they've been together for a long time. You know, when she was in prison, he held her down from the time she went to prison till the time she got out, even before she went to prison. Okay? But there's the word on the street is that she has been cheating. Okay. Now, intuitively, I feel like she hasn't cheated yet. Okay. She has not cheated yet. Does she has a tendency to cheat? Could be. You know why? Because I feel like the devil is around her. And when I say the devil of the entertainment business is around her. Okay? I feel like Remy Ma, I'm talking to you, you have let fame take you to a place where you are on a high horse right now. And I feel like you are procrastinating your relationship. Um, Maybe your husband wants to grow the relationship, have more kids, and I feel like you don't want to do that. I feel like you don't want to grow the relationship or expand and have more kids because you might be thinking about your fame. You know, fame is more important to you right now than the relationship. So I feel like right now their relationship is rocky. I feel distant in a relationship as well. Like, I don't know if they live together, but if they are in the under the same roof together, I feel like they're not speaking, they're not talking. Or they could be living in separate places as of now. Okay? And when I say distant, somebody may have their feet on the ground on Earth, while the other one is kind of drifting off into space. Okay? So do I see cheating right now? No. Okay, but let's see what the cards say here. I feel like the fame has gotten to Remy Ma. I hate to say that, but that's just what I feel. The fame has gotten to her, and she's on a high horse right now. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look into their current situation, Remy Ma and Papoose, and show me what the problem is. Show me their advice on what to do. I feel like if Papoose finds any traces of cheating, I think it's over. It is over. Okay, so he could be investigating her, investigating the people around her, and if he finds anything that he doesn't like, it's completely over. And it's so sad because he is a Pisces and she's a Gemini, and they may even be soulmates. So, I don't know. So, is a divorce? Could a divorce happen? It surely could happen within the next few weeks and or the next few months. Okay. Show me what's going on right now with Papoose and Remy Ma. And then show me what is the obstacle. What is the issue? Show me their advice. Show me something that happened in their recent past that they're going through their current situation right now. Show me what they both want to achieve in this relationship. And then finally, show me their final outcome. I will be using the oracle cards and then I will be clarifying with the tarot. What is their current situation like? Here we have win. What is the obstacle? Here we have boss. Show me their advice. Here we have money. Show me their recent past. Here we have sick. Show me what they both want to achieve. Uh-oh, we have prenup. And show me their final outcome. We have distance, okay? So I already spoke about distance and distance came out here. Now I'm going to shuffle the tarot cards here. Okay, so let's cut the cards and let's get to the reading. We have the Magician. The Magician is upright. Okay, so their current situation right now is that we have the card of win. Okay, so do they both want to win something in this relationship? Whether it's a divorce or not. I do see someone here in the back and someone here in the front. So they're racing. So somebody wants to win something or win or one up somebody in this relationship. I do want to say that they both want to win and be back together again, or they both want to win and stay connected. Okay, but this card is giving me like somebody is trying to one up somebody, and this is where they are in their current situation. And then we have the Magician. When I look at these two cards together, I pick up that someone is adapting to this relationship. Whether one is more famous than the other, I feel like with the Magician card here, is that somebody is learning to adapt to someone always being ahead and someone always lacking behind. Okay? The Magician card is someone who is alone. Okay? They work alone, they're by themselves, creating power or manifesting whatever they want to manifest. So, I feel like either someone is learning to adapt that they're always behind the other person, or they're tired of always being in the shadows of the other person. Okay? So that's what's happening in their relationship right now. Either someone needs to learn how to adapt to being in the shadows of the other person's light and fame, or they don't want to adapt. Okay, I think somebody here is tired of being in the back of the shadows while the other person is always in the limelight here. As you can see, someone is in the front and then we have someone in the back. Now if that's not the case, then let's just say with the Magician card here, they're both trying to manifest a win-win situation. Whether it's getting back together or whether it's separating. Okay? And then we have the Boss card here, which is showing me their obstacles and their challenge. Why is the Boss card here? We have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords can be like a competitive energy. And if you look at this win card here, there's two people competing to get to the finish line. Okay? So, are they competing against each other? Or are they competing against another person? Let's just say if she was cheating. Is Papoose competing with being in the shadows of her limelight? Or is he competing with another man? Because the boss here can be another man. But I feel like that's not the issue. I feel like the boss is both of them, right? So who is the boss in this relationship? Who is the masculine person in this relationship? Is it her or is it him? It would make sense that he would be the boss, right? Because he's the masculine. But her limelight or her light is overshining him. And that's why maybe we have the Knight of Swords here, which is a competitive energy, who is also someone who is very fearless, who is ambitious and very, very brave. And then we have the Magician card here, which is learning to adapt. Learning to adapt that she is in a position of power. She has more fame than him, and I hate to say that, but I think that could be the issue, or one of the issues, right? Is that her energy is taking over the household. And I also feel like maybe it's Remy's energy. Maybe she has completely taken over the household, which leaves no room for a man to be a man. You know what I mean? She is just taking over everything. That's what I'm feeling and that's what I'm seeing. So she's like the boss in the household. So where does that leave Papoose? It leaves him behind and trying to catch up to her. Trying to catch up to her, but she's just moving forward motion, and he's left behind into her shadows. That is also the issue. So she's not letting him be the man and she's not letting him be the boss. She just totally took over. And then the next card we have here is money. The money card here. This is their advice. So let's pull a clarifier. We have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is someone who can do it all alone. The Queen of Wands is all about independence. But then we have the money card here. So this is their advice together. I know that the money card, it represents stability. It represents home, represents not just money, but home, security, and family. Okay? And then even though we have a strong female energy here who is very independent, she doesn't need no one. Okay? But at the same time, she has to learn how to just sit down and have a seat next to her king, right? And adapt and be adaptable is what I'm trying to say here. So their advice is for Remy to, kind of have a seat, relax next to your king and let the king be the boss. Yes, Remy, we know that you are more famous than him. We know that your fame rushes past Papoose, and we know that he kind of lives in the shadow of your fame. But try to let him be the boss. Try to let the king be a king and learn to adapt to this situation here, because it seems like you're just taking over. You're taking over the decisions, you're taking over the household, the family, you're taking over the money situation. Just, she's a boss. I know that you're a boss, but then where does that leave the man? Where does he play his part when you're doing everything? Okay? So that is their advice, is to adapt and just sit down and be next to your king and let him do something. It looks like you're doing everything. And also share the determination and share the enthusiastic energy. Okay, because the queen, when she's determined and she has a lot of enthusiasm, she can just definitely push forward here. And I know that they own companies together, so that could be another issue. They own companies together. That may be another issue of who's the boss, who's running things, who's really running things here. Okay? But your advice is to sit down next to your king and let the king be a king sometimes, not you trying to get ahead of each and every decision. Okay? And then we have the card of being sick. And this represents something recent that happened in their recent past that brought them to their current situation, which is a competition. So let's pull more for the sick card. We have the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is in reverse. So somebody's not driven. There's no passion. When the Ace of Wands is in reverse, there's no creativity, there's no drive, there's no passion, and there is no action. Okay? So it's like you guys stopped putting in actions together. You guys stopped having intimacy. You guys stopped the passion. Nobody's driven. We just stopped. We have no actions. There's not even sexual drive anymore in this relationship. And it feels like somebody stopped chasing, somebody stopped running. I'm not going to chase after you, even though we see two people here running. It's like, look, I give up. I'm sick and tired of this. I'm just going to stop. If you want to run towards the finish line, go ahead and run towards the finish line. But I'm going to stop everything. No intimacy. No actions moving forward. We don't even have drive, and we don't even have passion. And then the other person sees that the other person is slowing down. Okay? But I feel like it's Remy. Remy is not the one who's slowing down. It's Papoose, And she wants him to pick up the pace. And pick up the pace, follow behind her, or speed past her, but just pick up the pace. And he doesn't want to win this race anymore. He doesn't want to race anymore to the finish line. And the 6th card with the Ace of Wands reverse, it's like, no, we got off on the wrong foot, or you got a false start here. Why don't you turn around and come back so we can start this race all over again. I feel like somebody here feels like they got a false start, and it's not fair. We should turn around and start the race again. You got a head start, or somebody has a head start here. And then we have prenup. The prenup card represents what they both want to achieve. And then we have the 9 of Wands. So here we have the card of prenup, but the prenup is empty. There's nothing written on this prenup card here. And then we have the 9 of Wands, which is all about strength. The 9 of Wands is not a selfish card at all. It's like thinking about the other person and the other person's needs. It's about persistence, strength, and even courage and great success, and even discipline. So if you put these two cards together, that means if they are divorcing or separating, I think when I'm looking at these two cards together, I feel like there could be some kind of confusion in who gets what, who takes what. Okay? It's a short-sighted type of energy. So they both don't know, or they both can't see what the future holds. But I have hope by looking at these two cards here. It's like they're going to kind of half everything. Only because of the 9 of Wands. Okay? The prenup is empty right now. And if they do decide to divorce and separate, I feel like they're going to half everything equally. And I don't see any hidden motives around the situation. I do believe that they're going to equally half everything. I don't see any hidden motives. And then we have distance as their final outcome, and let's pull more here. And we have the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is a slow energy. It's like a romantic card. It is a sensitive card here, but they're moving slow. Okay, it's a good card to have. But then we have distant. So I feel like this could either go two ways here, just by looking at these two cards alone. I think the distance is far, right? But then the Knight of Cups is like approaching, but very, very slowly. Okay? Still has compassion, still has emotions and feelings, and still very sensitive, but still has that graceful and romantic energy. So is the distant energy closing in closer? That's what I feel like looking at those two cards. It's like the distance is coming together, but in a slow, very, very slow type of movement. Okay, so let's pull more. The Queen of Cups in reverse, which is withdrawn, insecurities, um, and even neglect. The Queen of Cups in reverse, it's like inconsistency type of energy. You know, it's the honor is there. I believe the honor is there between the two of them, but it's not inconsistent with the Queen. However, there is still romantic energy. So will they drift farther apart, or are they drifting back together? I would say they're drifting back together, but it's going to be like a really, really slow pace, slow motion, because I feel like somebody has to be consistent with their honor. They have to show consistency with their honor that would bring them closer or would move him closer to her. Okay? But she has to be on the money. She has to be consistent. If she's inconsistent with her honor, then the drifting will happen again. Like pulling away farther and farther apart. Okay? So should I go again with this reading? So they're at a race right now. Their current situation, they're at some kind of race, facing each other. The issue is because somebody is too major. Their energy is too bossy, too major. It's like two people in a relationship, but that we're not sharing duties. We're not sharing duties. It's like we have a boss, right? It's like the husband is working for the boss. He doesn't have any husband duties because she just comes in and she just takes over. That could be the issue. The other thing about what I'm feeling intuitively is that her fame got the best of her. So she could be on a high horse right now when it comes to a fame, and that's why we have a competition going on with two people racing. Okay? And I feel like she's telling him, or whoever is saying what, but I feel like it's saying, you need to keep up with me. You need to keep up with me. I see you falling behind, but run faster, And I feel like somebody does not want to run this race. Somebody got a head start, and that we should start all over again. And she wants him to adapt to her speed, but he doesn't want to adapt to her speed. The advice for Remy is to sit down and have a seat next to your king and let your king be a king and make decisions. Because we know that you're independent and you like to make independent choices and decisions, but let him make the decision as well. You guys are married and you guys are a couple. Okay? There is also something about expanding the family. Maybe he wants more children and she doesn't want to, because she's still on TV, she's still on the internet. She just wants to keep focused on her job. But somebody definitely wants to start over. Looking at the sick card here, it's like, okay, I want to start over because you definitely had a head start, and that means she got further ahead of him. But he wants a head start. He wants to restart this race again. And then we have the prenup card here, which is telling me that if they do split up, everything will be split equally. There is no hidden agendas in the prenup. Now, as their final outcome here, I do believe the distance is closing in, and they within the next few months or the next couple of weeks, they should be getting closer. The distance should be closing in, which means a good thing. Okay, if somebody can be consistent with their honor. Okay, if you're not consistent with your honor, then the distance even rips you guys apart further instead of coming closer together. And that is my final outcome, and I'll see you guys soon.